Peace, kings, queens, gods, and earths. First of all, salute to the mothers. Love the mothers. Love the righteous mothers. You know what I mean? It's it's a beautiful thing when a mother does what she needs to do. You know what I mean? To raise a healthy child. You know, in a healthy environment. And overall, it's just a good mother. You know what I mean? They say for a son, mother is his first love. They say a son's first love is his mother, and that is absolutely correct. You know. So with that being said, like I said, I salute the beautiful mothers, the good mothers, and whether you're a good mother or not, you know what I mean. Raising your child is something to be saluted, something to be respected. Now, on the other hand, I'm going to need my mothers, the mothers, especially in the melanated community, to do better. I gotta do better, you know. And I hope nobody takes nothing I'm about to say the wrong way. But everything I'm about to say is the truth, you know. And that's what I gotta do. That's a part of my journey. It's a part of who I am. We gotta see the truth. The welfare has killed the melanated community. All right, having our fathers out of the homes has devastated the melanated community. So we're gonna need our mothers to pass on healthy relationship standards, healthy relationship knowledge, knowledge to keep families together, knowing what it takes to keep a family together. All right, there's no way our mothers, as far as the melanated community, should lead in the most single family homes. There's no way that we should lead in. We should have the least amount of marriages in our community. All right, our women are a lot better than that. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Our women strong. Our women are a lot better than that. Our women smarter than that. You know what I mean? We know better. You hear me? We gotta teach our children, our daughters, how to love and to nurture a family, not just the child. All right? And what I'm saying is backed up by the evidence, by the numbers. Numbers do not lie. All right? Welfare started in 1960. Before 1960, there were 22% single family homes. There were 22%. Currently, it's around 65 to 80, basically, single family homes. Since 1960, the amount of incarcerated and melanated men went up. The amount of violent crimes went up. The amount of, like I said, marriages went down. The amount of marriages went down. Single family households went up. Educated, you know what I mean? family-owned businesses, family-owned businesses. You know, men with degrees and are educated or have a skill and are educated went down, and the wealth gap has significantly uh, spread. All right, literally every other culture is doing better in every statistic that I just named, and it starts with respecting your family, respecting man as to be the man, to lead. We don't see other cultures really bashing their men on a level that we see our mothers bashing our children, our sons, our fathers. Right? So recognize it for what it is. I know men have their issues as well, but as far as my own personal experiences and most of the men that I know, uh, it was something that uh, was either said to the mother of their child or something that the mother of their child did that initiated the separation. And 9 times out of 10, the woman benefited from that separation. All right? And these are psychological war tactics. If you have to get rid of, if you're trying to alleviate the strength of a culture, of a people, then and you want to do it silently, then you remove the man out of the household and let the women take care of the children. You supply the women with benefits so that they will become loyal to a system that is trying to destroy their family. They see no wrong in the destruction of their family. They see none of these stats that I just addressed as a problem at all. That is going to point the finger at the man. You know what I mean? That is the definition of psychological warfare and weaponization of our women. You know what I mean? So I just want our ladies to recognize it for what it is. Do better at that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that y'all aren't amazing women. I'm not saying that y'all are the worst women or anything like that. But I am saying we have a culture that has been weaponized against our own families, against our own people. And I said we're the only culture that bashes our own people, our own men. You know what I mean? And that's another thing I'm gonna bring up. I've just recently had a conversation with a elder woman, I mean, a woman that's like in her 60s or something like that. And this is the mentality. You know, I'm just saying this because for a 60-year-old woman to have this type of mentality, a melanated woman to have this type of mentality, is beyond me. You know, but this lady said, "Men are dumb. Men are just dumb." Like, she kept saying, "Men are dumb." You know, I forgot how the conversation led to that, but like, why would you say men are dumb? You know, man. She brought up cheating or something like that. Like, yeah, men get caught cheating, a woman could cheat and never get caught. Like, what does that have to do with a level of intellect, or how does that prove this that men are dumb? You know what I mean? Cause y'all dumb. Y'all only think with y'all penis. Ooh, ooh. To me, nothing that she said proves that men are dumb. All right. So I pointed out to her, like, if you look in every direction that you can see, men built, created, and built, created and built everything you see. Like how, what proof do you have that men are dumb? You know what I mean? Anyway, the argument got real ignorant. You know what I mean? Just because, like I said, it's only our women that would even make a egregious statement like that, like an ignorant statement like that. That look at our men like that. She has a son. You know what I mean? And I asked her like, what if your son met a woman that's just like you, called men dumb, and he had a son outside of the marriage before he met his wife, and his wife was just like you, constantly calling him dumb, calling him and your grandson dumb, um, but he loved his woman because he he's reminded of you when she treats him this way, when she carries herself in that manner. Okay, so say he had a hard time in life. He lost a couple jobs. I mean, all the whole time his wife's calling him dumb. He not gonna be nothing, and you know saying negative things. Eventually, he becomes a millionaire, or creates a business, becomes a millionaire, and unfortunately, end up passing away or something. All right. When he passes away, well, before we get there, he taught his son how to do everything as far as maintain the business, make sure that the business is properly ran so it can leave a legacy. All right. So when he passes away, and he also knows that his son is going to take care of his wife, going to take care of his grandmother, you know, going to take care of the family with the business because he knows how his son is. You know what I mean? So he passes away, and he promised his son the business. When he passes away, his wife locks his son out of the house, locks his son out of the businesses, and sells everything necessary to run the business. All right. And she looks at you and says, "Your son is dumb. Your son is dumb. Your son is dumb. I was cheating on him the whole time, and all I wanted him for was his money. I ain't leaving either one of y'all nothing." Like, how would you feel about that? You know what I mean? So with that being said, peace. You got to look at everything from the root of the problem, the root of the issue, and women have been the head of our household, the melanated people's household, since the welfare state, since welfare started. And if you cannot see the effects, the negative effects that it had directly on our people, our men in particular, then you're choosing to just be blind, or you're stuck in cognitive dissonance. Like I said, neither one of those are my problem. That's a you problem. Uh, just hoping at least a couple people, couple women really look in the mirror, look at these stats, and recognize that women are making it harder on themselves than it ever had to be. All right, should not be this many single women. We have to pass on our women. I would greatly appreciate if we passed on a stronger family mentality and teach our children, our daughters, how to keep a family whole and together. Peace, love y'all.